Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today in this video I'll be comparing Xplane 11 to 12. We all know that 12 is better than 11, however there are a couple things in both that are worth being pointed out, so please enjoy. So as you guys can see, the menu of Xplane 11 is kind of generic. It's like old schooled and stuff. It just looks kind of poor. In the settings, basic settings, everything's really basic. Audio, video. The ATC is bad. Of course, FPS is on, as you guys could see, so that I could see it in the cockpit. There isn't much else to the menu. And just double checking all my settings here. Okay, so the weather is not very good for like actual weather, just presets, very basic. Okay, now on to Xplane 12. So the menu is really nice. Like compared to Xplane 11, it's amazing. All my settings, there's a lot more settings that are in depth that actually make the game seem, well, it's not a game, it's more of a simulator, and actually it's used for that purpose. But I'm going off track here. The settings are really nice. I don't have really that much lag issues with them. The ATC settings are way nicer. Like there, you could change your voice and stuff. And actually, the ATC dialog box in it is really nicer. Here's my video settings. They are okay. I get about 60 FPS, and the minimum needed here is, I think, 30. 20 if you want to get around it, but 20 FPS is roughly what you run into. So yeah. And guys, the weather compared to Xplane 11 is so good. Like you could preset ice, snow, whatever you want pretty much, and it is much better. Okay, so back on Xplane 11, this is departing 77 Sierra. Scenery's not great. They never have really been great at scenery, but this is an Xplane 11, and the audio is not as good. It may sound pretty clean, but it's definitely not as good as when we move to Xplane 12, as you'll see for a minute. So right this second, I'm flying up towards the clouds because you guys, the clouds in these two simulators is so different. Like Xplane 11 is just white screen. Xplane 12 is actual clouds, as you guys will see when I get to that point. But right this second, it's just, I'm climbing, so I'll go ahead and clip to where I actually am in cloud. So as you guys can see, the clouds are just a white sheet. It's probably not realistic like that. And the reason I have audio muted is I accidentally messed up the audio somehow, so I couldn't figure out how to fix it. Okay, so now we're going back to 77 Sierra. We flew out of the clouds, turned it dark, and decided to come back, and so you guys could see the runway lights. So I'll just kind of be quiet and just let the screen talk for itself. Alright, so as you guys can hear, Xplane 12, just the audio sounds a lot fuller. It sounds so much better than Xplane 11. And of course, my takeoff isn't that good, but hey, it's going to be okay because it's a simulator, not real life. But I did have an instructor tell me once that if you can fly this, you can fly pretty much the plane in real life. This simulator is very difficult, but it's the most realistic one so far that I've flown. So yeah. Okay, so now we're in the clouds, but it's not perfectly in the clouds because I can't really climb much higher. And by the way, this is a voiceover, so I kind of know what's happening. I didn't really want to climb much higher because I didn't have a ton of time to pull this out, but this is the clouds in Xplane 12. It's so much cleaner than 11. I mean, just look at that. It's just so much cleaner. And now Xplane 12 night flying, we will be landing at 77 Sierra. This is runway 16 in real life. 15 in the simulator, they haven't updated it. I don't know why. I'll probably build a runway for it and upload it to the web or something. And something else I want to add, if you notice, the landing light is actually in the right place, which is impressive because Xplane 11 doesn't have that. Now we're in Xplane 11, this is the 738, or 737-800, and we're landing 07 left ILS KLAX. I want you guys to note like the scenery, the cockpit, just everything in general around it, and you guys will see the difference between this and Xplane 12 when I play the clip on Xplane 12.
Day breaks and I'm burned by the morning light. I make the same mistake more than twice. Same song, but brand new dance. I wear out my third second chance. You take my breath and I can't get it back. Might be time for me to face the facts. The best me is with you, but I know I got a lot to prove. They think we're too damaged to fix, but we're just working through a little rust. They like to say we're just young, but I know we won't give this up. Sometimes I lose my mind, and some days it's hard to find the reason why you stay by my side. You and I break our hearts.
Okay guys, be ready to watch the longest float in aviation history.
No matter what they try, I'll stay by your side. It's you and
I guess it's a butter landing, and I'll take that any day. I don't have those often. Alright, now on Xplane 12, same approach, just with the Airbus A330-300, I think.
back and forth every time, waiting for one of us to cross the line. You got me, and I got you, and we got a lot to prove. They think we're too damaged to fix, but we're just working through a little rust. They like to say we're just young, but I know we won't give this up. Sometimes I lose my mind, and some days it's hard to find the reason why you stay by my side. You and I break our hearts open in half just to see it, oh, put them back, no matter what they try.
This is still Xplane 12, but I decided to do the same approach with the 737-8, and the weather is actually snow, so you guys can actually see what the scenery looks like. However, I forgot to take into account that it was cold, and so therefore, instead of floating a long ways, I landed just on the threshold, as you guys will soon see.
It's you and I.
I feel the heat as we collide. Like a fever that feels so right. So baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. One
And guys, on that last landing, don't everybody in the comments say Spirit Airlines or Ryanair. Typically they're okay, but my landings are okay. But that was an exception to the rule. Quick recap: Xplane 12 less laggy unless you run OBS. Then it's really laggy. Xplane 11 is a lot more easier to run OBS with. There's probably settings that I'm not aware of, but then Xplane 11, more lag spikes, not as smooth, bad weather, bad everything, aircraft, yeah. Xplane 12, aircraft are good, sounds are way better. The ATC is much, much better. Replay mode is everything. Everything is way better than Xplane 11. And basically what the system I'm running is actually an i7 core processor. It's got a NVIDIA, I think a GTX 1080, so only 8 gigabytes of GTX. It's got 16 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage, so it's not the biggest system in the world, and it's from 2018, so yeah. Anyway, please subscribe, leave a like, hit the notification bells, and I hope to talk to you guys next time.